Hi everyone, today we will be moving on to our next chapter, chapter 12. This chapter is our geometry chapter, so we will be talking about shapes. Lesson 1 is about two-dimensional shapes. Two-dimensional shapes are basically just our flat shapes like the ones that you would use in your pictures. It's a shape that has two dimensions, length and width. So they look something like this. It's what you would draw or something that you would see in your books. As you already know, we have a rectangle, circle, a triangle, a square, and a square is also in geometry called a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral, which by the way, this chapter has lots and lots of vocabulary. Try to memorize it and use it so that you can remember it. A quadrilateral is a shape that has 4 sides and 4 angles. Now, the side on your shape are the long lines. So on a square, we have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 angles. Your angles are where your 2 sides connect. So your corners, but we're going to be calling them angles. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. That makes this a quadrilateral. A rectangle also has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3 angles. 4 angles. So this is also a quadrilateral. A triangle does not have 4 sides. It only has 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 angles. So it is not able to be grouped with the quadrilaterals. This is its own shape. And if we're making groups, these 2 shapes, the rectangle and the square, can be together, but the triangle does not fit in with these shapes because it does not have the same requirements to make it a quadrilateral. A parallelogram. A parallelogram is a 2-dimensional shape that has 2 pairs of sides that are the same length and are equal distance apart. So it's here you see 1, 2 sides that are the same distance and 1, 2 sides that are the same distance. A square might be a parallelogram and a rectangle, but when you see parallelograms, usually they have them at a little angle like this. A new shape that I'm sure you've seen but you might not remember the name of is a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it has 6 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Corners will be called angles in our book, so try to call them angles. So in your first lesson, we will only be talking about these shapes. So a circle, a triangle, a square, a rectangle, a pentagon, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. And it looks similar to our hexagon, but this has 5 sides, this has 6 sides. And then parallelogram, like we said, have the 2 equal sides. And then there is a trapezoid. A trapezoid is similar to a parallelogram, but do you see how these 2 lines both face the same way? Well, the trapezoid, they face inwards, so they're not facing the same way, and then it is not a parallelogram because it also doesn't have the equal length side. So this bottom line is longer than the top one. For your classwork today, you have the online version, but you will be asked to find the parallelograms. So find the ones that have 2 equal sides and circle them. Here you are looking for the triangles. So you're looking for a shape with 3 sides. And then here it wants you to write the name of the shape and then find it over here. So here you might not remember how to spell a hexagon, but you can come back to this page and look and try to write it. Okay? So I think this lesson is pretty easy for you because you should know most of these shapes, and you can always go back to the first slide and double check your work, right? On this page, you will be counting up each of these shapes. So, starting with the triangle, you will come and you will count all the triangles. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I'm going to put a 4 here. If you can't remember what a hexagon is, again, go back to the first slide and find what it looks like so that you can remember which one of these would be it. Okay? That's about it for this lesson, and I will see you tomorrow with the next lesson.